This is Table Talk number 16, and today we're reflecting on Mark chapter 9, verses 33 to 37. And I love the title of this section because it says, "Who is the greatest?" I don't know about you, but in my life I've always wanted to be great at something. I've talked to friends and family and they often want to be great at something as well. Sometimes when we feel great, we post about it. We join movements or initiatives for maybe the wrong reasons because we desire to be seen, we desire to be heard or to be noticed, and often that greatness that we are seeking is from that wrong position of our heart. The posture of our heart is wrong. I love this moment because Jesus is walking with his disciples and he can probably hear them arguing and muttering around and trying to figure out who is the greatest. And he asks them, what are you guys arguing about? And he knows their hearts, that they've been arguing about which one of them is the greatest of the 12 disciples. And you look at this moment and you can notice when you look at the story that this culture, it was all about, very much like us, about position and power and position where you would actually see yourself greater than others. So these guys, these men, these disciples, the apprentices to Jesus, were fighting on position and power out of the 12 of who was the greatest. I bet they would be posting about it as well if they had social media like you and I. Jesus turns to them and you notice quite quickly that Jesus' circle is very different. The kingdom of heaven is very different when it comes to position and power. It's like an upside down thinking, countercultural to what is going on in our world. And he uses this phrase that maybe you've heard before. It says, if you want to be first, you must be last. Have you ever asked the question, what does that truly mean? If you want to be first, you have to be last. It's actually the position of a servant. It's taking on the posture of servanthood. See, I've noticed in my life where often, sometimes in the past, I've done things where I do them because I receive something. But Jesus is showing them in this moment and to us that if you want to be first, if you want to be great, if you want to be noticed in a way that is full of life and not of popularity and success, but be seen in a way that God sees you and he knows you and he's gifted you, you have to become a servant. You have to lift others' needs up above your own. I did some digging on this, and he says, one of the writers actually says that greatness doesn't come from status, it comes from service. And I was thinking about this for us today as we reflect on this Mark chapter 9 passage. Maybe some of us are more focused on the status, not the service. So my encouragement to you this week or today is maybe look for the moments where you can serve someone. Lift them up so that their needs are met above yours, or maybe you can just love on someone because they need it. And let's be focused on the service, not the status of greatness. Because I believe when we take that position of a servant, that posture of servanthood, God is so happy and there's joy in his heart when he sees his children moving forward.